Lock in all sports, all plays, all 5% best bets from now until Super Bowl 57 on February 12th, 2023 from your favorite WagerTalk handicapper for only $1,199 versus a regular price of $1,999 for one total savings of $800. This limited time super discount comes out to less than $100 per month and only $3.28 per day. As an added bonus, your all access starts immediately, so the sooner you buy before Super Bowl 56, the more additional days you will get for free. Just go to WagerTalk.com, choose your favorite handicapper to lock in, and don't forget there is no limit to the amount of handicappers you can redeem our Super Bowl to Super Bowl offer on.
All right, guys, welcome in on a very happy Tuesday as we get ready for a great card in the association tonight. I know we got some winners ready to go here for you today. And what a treat on this Tuesday. You get to deal with the original OG NBA tip-off crew. Welcome in the gang, the 1% Club in the house as Ski Prophet joining us, Rob Vino and Mr. Tony Finn. Back at it for another day. Great card here tonight. And Ski, what's going on, my man? Since we last spoke to you, I believe on Friday there, Thursday or Friday last week. Continuing to roll. I know you got a loaded card here tonight, my man. What's going on?
Yeah, it's been a while, since we last talked. I know when I come on here and talk about how I'm doing, these plays are pretty much just about 2 weeks into the season where I've had enough data and I can kind of do my process. So since then, my last 313 plays, I've won 179 of them. That's good for a little bit over 57%. So hopefully, keep it going here today.
Absolutely, and a great card in the association. And Rob, you know a thing or two about that, continuing to cash them tickets, NBA, college hoops, rolling on here. What you got tonight for us here in the association?
Yeah, good night last night. NBA 3-0. 4% best bet up and available right now, but that's not going to be the only NBA play. I just purposely waited. Yesterday we got some surprises with late injury reports. So, again, lucky that we do wait on these things a lot of times because you can pick up some pretty good stuff if you just wait around a little bit. But there is a 4% best bet NBA up and available right now. Get it at WagerTalk.com.
Got to do it, guys. And Tony Finn joining us on the show yesterday, and we were scratching our heads about a few of those game lines yesterday. All that money coming in towards the Knicks while we were on the show, and then DeRozan gets called out. The line flips with OKC and Chicago. All in all, it was an interesting night for 4 games. But what do you got locked and loaded for us tonight here, Finn?
I have 3 NBA plays. I have a big ticket. I got one game I really like, 5% big ticket. 2, it's 3-ring circus, so I got 2 sideshows to go along with it, and a couple player props, a couple college, late college plays that I kind of waited for some information. As soon as the game's over, I'll make it again. As soon as the show's over, I'll make a decision on. It'd be better if I waited till the game's over and then released it, wouldn't it? But I'll make that decision later on. I'm going to listen to you guys and help me make some good decisions. So get some winners today, will you?
You're going to sprinkle a little of that Tony Finn dust coming your way here in these games. I love it. All right, let's start off, gentlemen, with our contrarian play of the day. Another winner yesterday there is we took the Utah Jazz getting just a ridiculous amount of points last night. They did not win, but they certainly covered against Phoenix. And tonight, I hope Robert's sitting down because we're going to Houston. We are looking at the Houston Rockets. Who? The Houston Rockets getting 5. And by the way, this opened up at 3.5, and a lot of money coming towards the San Antonio Spurs. I have absolutely no idea why, Ski. We're talking about a Spurs team that's 2-8 straight up over their last 10, and they've only been a road favorite twice in their last 11 road games here. So I don't get the fascination with the San Antonio Spurs in the market, but I got a well-rested team that played pretty well out on the West Coast at home tonight. So can I interest you in a little rocket sandwich tonight with the contrarian gods?
Yeah, you saying it all, Joe. What do you need me for here?
Come on!
San Antonio, like, are they really even good? Like, they have 3 more wins than the Rockets, and you're expecting them to win by multiple possessions. They've won 8 out of 23 games on the road. I want no parts of that. So I have 10 NBA plays today. This is one of them. I'm on the Houston Rockets plus the points. They've just been playing better basketball lately. They've been rebounding the ball lately. Offense has been better, and they've covered, I think, 4 of the last 5 games. So, and I don't think it's a flat spot. Usually coming off the long road trip back at the house is a flat spot, but they've had 3 days off, so they even have the rest advantage in this game. Give me the team playing better with the rest advantage plus the points.
I knew you'd love that rest advantage, man. I knew you were all over that. And quite honestly, they should have been 4-1 if it wasn't for that last-second tip in there for the Golden State game. They played pretty well, Rob Vino, and now all of a sudden people are betting San Antonio. I don't get it. What about you, man? You willing to back the gods, or are you flipping them off again?
No, I think we have to back the gods. I mean, everything you said, everything Ski said. Team hasn't played since the 21st. Today's the 25th. Lots of rest for Houston. I'll point toward the Spurs defense, or lack thereof. 8 of the last 10 games, the Spurs have allowed their opponents to shoot 48% or better. If there's one thing the Rockets are going to do, they're going to shoot. Let's hope they make a few tonight. And the Spurs have allowed 114 or better in 9 of their last 13 games. So, as you said, Joe, they're very rarely a road favorite. They've been a road favorite 4 times in all this season. They're 1-3 against the spread. The 3 times they lost against the spread, they lost outright. They lost those games to Detroit, Sacramento, and Oklahoma City. So Houston's right in that category with those 3 teams. San Antonio, only 3-12 straight up in their last 15. Again, like Ski said, now you're asking them to win by multiple possessions when they can't even win games, period. Greg Popovich really likes this team, continues to praise them for their ability to never give up. I mean, he's not happy with the fact that they give away portions of the game and dig holes. If they dig a hole against Houston, maybe the points will be enough. I'll just close it with this. As far as my power ratings are concerned, in this particular game, I have the Houston Rockets as the 2-point favorite, and San Antonio's laying 5. That's a 7-point difference. If San Antonio was home, Joe, I'd make San Antonio 6. And here they are on the road laying 5. So, as far as value goes, I think it's all with Houston. Give me the Houston Rockets. I'll play with the contrarian gods tonight.
I love it, man. Big night from Mr. Green, I think, coming. Little Jalen Green night dropping 35. Come on here, Tony Finn. Talk to us. You willing to back the contrarian gods in this one?
Yeah, absolutely. I am. I did the game preview on this game this morning early, and I went through all the numbers, and I don't typically take a lot of time to go through numbers on Houston and San Antonio. I certainly when they're not playing each other, but when I did that, it screamed at me. It says, you just basically 2 dog teams. You take the home team in this situation, getting points. Absolutely. In December, guys, the Spurs, they had some injuries. They had a couple guys had some key pieces out of the puzzle, and they were 116 points per 100 possessions. They get a new, bright, shiny season, right? New, fresh start, first year. Since January, 3-10 straight up, 4-9 against the number, and a negative 6.5 net rating. And they're favorites. Give me Houston plus the point.
Sprinkle, let's go. I don't, Robert, or should we be worried that everybody is on the same page with this game, Robert? Oh, I'm worried. Yeah, I'm worried about that. Rockets +5, now our contrarian play of the day. All right, guys, let's head over to our featured matchup. This This is going to be an interesting one here tonight, and I know a lot of eyes are all going to be facing this game here tonight as we've got the Lakers and the Nets. And I know Ski certainly going to be interested to hear what he's got to say about this game as Brooklyn. This was 2.5. It's been pushed up to 3.5. Laker love, I believe, AD back. The total 220, 226 as an open, and I'm seeing just about 226, 226.5 in the market. Fours are even starting to pop up right now. So here comes the Laker love, Ski. What do we do? Are you buying it? Are you buying this Laker love on the road in Brooklyn tonight?
Absolutely not. I haven't been, I've been staying away from these Laker games lately. They're gonna have to show me first. They got to win a couple games, string together a couple games before I'm interested in, especially laying points with them. So, when I look at it on paper, I don't know if it's just because it's my team, but I think they should win. I'm trying my best not to get the Swiss flag in this one. I guess I'll go to the over. I don't think either team will play defense. Lakers defense will get a little bit better with Anthony Davis back, but who knows, how many minutes he gets in his first game. Whenever he's not on the floor, I don't trust anybody out there to stop a soul. And for Brooklyn, they're giving up about a little bit over 116 points per game the last 2 weeks. The 27th defensive rated team the last 5 games. So I see points. If I have to make one bet in this game, I'll go up and over.
So this is going to be a Patty Mills Harden game. But we've seen this, haven't we, Rob? I think we saw this back on Christmas, in fact. Kyrie, it's in Brooklyn. Still no Kyrie. And I don't know, maybe have to look at some of these Patty Mills props because it worked out really well last time. What changes here in this game, do you think? What are you expecting tonight?
I'm not sure, Joe. And I'm not going to throw a lot of numbers at you because from where I stand, the Laker numbers really to this point are irrelevant. You just played 17 games without Anthony Davis. Who cares? I got to throw those in the scrap heap. And prior to that, you got a little mix mash of lineups. Nothing really solid that I could really use to relate or to make an argument here statistically. So what I'll do is just go to the fact that in my mind, the LA Lakers season basically starts tonight. Anthony Davis is back. We know that LeBron is as sensitive as a little child. He hears everything. He reads everything. He knows what's been said about the team. So I think everything starts fresh here for them tonight. Whether or not that means they cover a 4-point spread in Brooklyn, I can't go that far with them. But I do think you'll get huge effort out of them in this game. I think you'll get that in return out of Brooklyn with a James Harden-led squad. I'd probably stand with Ski on the total end of this, where I, believe that the Nets have just been miserable. He talked about the last 5 games. If you trace them back, I think they've given up over 122 straight. Just don't play any defense. They don't really have any good defenders on the team. So LA could probably get theirs, and whether or not their defense will improve, you have to wait and see here. I know the minutes when Anthony Davis is on the floor, it gets a little better, but it's his first game back. I'd probably look at some form of over either first half or full game.
All right, there you go. We're expecting some points here. What do you think there, Tony Finn? I know you looked at this game early. Is there any value here looking at Brooklyn now? Because I got to feel the line is going to keep going towards the Lakers here as this game gets closer.
This is typical, isn't it? I mean, a star returns, a guy that everybody believes is going to be the savior, and we all know differently, but there's always an overreaction to that, always. So there's a point there. Let's give that a point. We all know that every time Davis gets injured and come back, it takes him about 5 days to kind of get back up to speed. He's a big guy, lanky guy, and been sitting around. So I can't begrudge him for that. That's what it's going to take. They haven't been doing a lot of conditioning with him, but really, as Rob just said, guys, maybe this is all about Kyrie Irving not being available, obviously, because of the COVID restrictions in Brooklyn, in New York. When Harden's on the floor without Irving or Durant, this Nets team they're pedestrian. They're basically, plus 100 possessions. And that's 112, 113 offensive rating. It's not great, is it? But it's also not horrible. It's still better than what the Lakers have right now. And with Davis, the Lakers actually this season, with Davis on the floor, have been about 3 points worse than what they are, 3 points per 100 possessions, what they are going to be tonight, or what they were yesterday or the day before. The lineup with Patty Mills and with Harden, though, there's a big difference, guys. And it's not like there's a small sample size. Patty Mills and Harden, Brooklyn's a plus 5.7, 114 and a half, 115 points per 100 possessions. And Davis, I think, is a liability first time out. You got like Ski said, how many minutes are you going to get? Probably 20. Anything above 20, I think he's gassed. So what happens if Davis doesn't start, guys? What happens if he just kind of has a tweak or something in pregame, and you're laying 3 or 4 with the Lakers? Grab the 3 or 4 with the Nets here, and if he doesn't, you can try to middle this game, or you're going to get terrific value. So if I'm in this room, I'd be on the Nets plus a point.
Love it. There we go. Brooklyn Nets, a little sprinkle. That's what I heard. Little sprinkle. All right, let's see what we've got for our overtime matchup here tonight. And, boy, when it comes to a total, where else could we possibly look besides Portland and the Minnesota Trailblazers? And not only are we looking at it, apparently the entire marketplace has been looking at it, because this has jumped from an open of 227, 227 and a half. Now we're up to 233. So come on, Ski, talk to me here. It's points. Do we expect any defense here? Is it strictly an over or not for you in this one?
I think I would agree with the direction it's going for Portland. When I just look at the stats, it tells me they're the second defensive rated team in the last 5 games. But I just don't see how long that's going to continue. They're a team hasn't been very great defensively for years. But we'll see. As far as the Minnesota side, I expect them to play fast. I know they're not going to play any defense. Last 2 weeks for them, they're 5-1 to the over. Their game's making it more towards the 240 range. So, I think it gets up and over, and that's the way I'll go.
I got to go up and over here. I don't know. I mean, Rob, sometimes these get out of control. It's a big swing here to the over, but what do you think? Is it strictly a 240 game here in your mind?
Yeah, the last time we were all together and we talked about a game with a 5.5 point move,
Oof.
Tony Finn jumped on the move, and Ski was disappointed in him for doing so. Here you got 5.5 up to 233. It's so hard to bet under, guys, with these two teams involved. But you've probably lost a ton of value here. And I'll say this, for Portland, it is a 3-time zone trip back home. They were just on the East Coast. Now they're back home. They probably played their best 2 offensive games in 2 weeks in their last 2. They shot 56%. In their last 2 games, they shot better from 3 than they did from the field. And from the field, they shot 47.5% and 53%. So it shows you how many threes were going in. Does that continue for this team? I'm just not sure. First game back off of an East Coast road trip. Or the Timberwolves, if I use that same sort of logic path, their last 2 games are 256 and 261. Can they shoot as good as they shot last game, 52 and 44 from the field and from 3? And their defense was just horrendous, allowed over 50% to each of the last 2 teams. I don't know what the status of Pat Beverly is heading into this. I think before we came on, I still saw questionable. He does make a small difference. I just don't know if the shooting can keep up here. So maybe that's a reason. Plus the fact that it shot up 5.5 points to stay under, but I would never bet it. I mean, for me, you have to play over or you just sit and watch.
So Minnesota was in Portland right around middle, I think it was December 11th or 12th, if I remember the numbers, somewhere in the middle there. And I do believe Minnesota had gone into that game, Tony Finn, just being, they were on a crazy-ass losing streak, and they ended up winning, but it was 116-111, so it was under 230 points, and yet here it's kind of exactly where this opened up, but it's been bet through the roof here. So what do you think? More points in this one?
Yeah, I would be, all things equal. Even if I could trust, or I can't trust Portland. That's my problem. Is they're bipolar to some degree without Lillard. And is Covington going to play? Because if Covington's playing, then I'm probably going to lean to everything you guys have said. You can't hardly play under, right? But it's been bumped up enough that it kind of makes you shake your head and say, there's 9 other games, 10 other games on the board to look at, right? Beverly is game time as well. Give me those two things. Put Covington, make sure he's playing, make sure he's healthy enough to throw the rock to the rim a few times. Tell me Beverly's not playing, and I would be over it, despite the 5-point move.
It's been a Nurkic world. We're all just hanging out in it because the guy's been absolutely on fire. We'll see if he has another big night in store here tonight for Portland with no Lillard, no Powell. We'll see what happens there, guys. All right, with all of these games on the board, got to be some dogs barking here, Robert. Let's go.
That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. And anybody got to say anything, you let me know. That's my dog.
All right, let's go. We got some dogs on the card here tonight, including the Clippers, the Detroit Pistons, and got the Charlotte Hornets getting some points. We talked about the Nets. Oh, no, the hell no. Sacramento Kings on the list, as are the Dallas Mavericks, the Portland Trailblazers, and the New Orleans Pelicans. Love it. All right, Ski, start us off here, man. Which one of these dogs you going to make your own tonight?
I like a few of them, honestly, but just for the purpose of the show and to be able, because I know, somebody's going to go the other way.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Detroit Pistons. I like them plus the points. Some teams have roles, and Detroit has a home dog of 6 or more so far this season, 9-3-1 against the spread. They just play well in that situation, and I don't think it's a good spot for Denver. They've been playing at home for such a long time. Now they got to come on the road, and they have another game tomorrow versus the Nets, I think. So I don't think it's a great spot for Denver. I like Detroit tonight.
Yeah, it's not a great spot for Denver in this one. I love the Pistons. So does Chris back at the Crawford office. He's jumping up and down right now, although he won't bet it. He's like Robert. All right, talk to me here, Rob Vino. You've got New Orleans staring at you. There's no Orlando Magic, so you kind of screwed there. So tell us, where you going here on the board?
I love what Ski said. Everybody has a role. And I feel like my role in this segment on this show is to just double down with the contrarian gods. I'm 3-0 when I do that. And I feel like Houston might be the best underdog on the board here tonight. I mean, I come close to saying the LA Clippers. I kind of lean that way too. But I think the Rockets, for all the reasons that we discussed earlier, have an opportunity not only to cover, but to win outright. And if I think they have a shot to win outright, and power ratings indicate that they should be the favorite, then that's the side I have to be on. So yeah, I'll stick to my role. I'm 3-0 as a doubling down with the contrarian god. So let me do it one more time here. Houston +5.
I love it. All right, personal awareness. That's what I'm talking about, Tony Finn. All right, where are you sprinkling that Finn dust tonight?
I'm going to sprinkle it on the Kings, the Sacramento Kings.
Ooh.
Right?
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, here's the Celtics. They broke their cherry. They were on an 0-2 run, straight up slide. Who better to face in Washington? Who's going to be Washington? But Sacramento's funny. Here's the deal: the Celtics are not the best. They're a good defensive team. If they're going to be a staple and they're going to be consistent, it is defensively, because their offense is really hit and miss, especially in the last couple of months. But Sacramento makes a living. They're going to attack the rim. They're going to attack the rim, and they're going to shoot mid-range shots. That's what they do. It's what they do. And if there's a soft spot in Boston's defense, it's from 4 to 14 feet. And if this wasn't the dog, if this wasn't going to be the dog play, I might also say, let's play the dog here. I'll take the Kings take the points and play north of the total in this game in a small 2-team parlay. I like that play. It's neither one are on my card, but after looking at it and talking with you guys, I like that play right now, simply for the fact that the Celtics, they're second in frequency of attempts allowed within 4 feet. Second. However, they give up a big high percentage, over 55% at that spot. So I don't see Boston's nothing fantastic offensively. Give me the points. Sacramento Kings.
Oh, man, going with the Kings here tonight.
Yes.
All right, Sacramento, grab them points. It is an interesting card tonight with some spots. There are a couple games we didn't talk about, obviously, but maybe one of those games is the one Ski has got his eye on. So talk to us here, Ski. 60 seconds, buzzer beater. What's your best bet here tonight?
I do like that dog pick from Mr. Tony Finn right there. That's a nice one. For best bet for tonight, I'll go Dallas and Golden State. And I can't help it, but I know Ravino always talks about it. Just bet the Dallas unders and go to sleep, wake up, and count your money. They've cashed, I think, 13 of the last 14 times. I think 14 of the last 15 at home. And just looking at this game, they're the number 1 defensive rated team the last 5 games. Golden State, number 4. Both teams bottom 10 in pace the last 5 games, bottom 10 in offensive rating. I look at Golden State, the last 2 weeks on the road, their game's averaging about 209 points. Look at the Mavericks, their game's not even making it to 200 points the last 2 weeks. So I think this is an under game, under 210.5.
All right. Like a little underplay. Like it. That's been coming down all day, too, man. Probably ain't enough. 2 things we know, Rob Vino. Knicks first half over. Dallas under. UCLA overs, but that's another show. Talk to us here, Rob Vino. 60 seconds on the clock. Where are you going tonight?
Well, I was going to go right where Ski went. So I'll say that I agree totally with what he said. I don't know who bets Dallas overs anymore. But I'll shift to an extra one here, guys, real quick. Clippers, Washington over 219.5. Happen to like tonight. Both teams back to full health here for the most part. Obviously, the Clippers still without George and Kawhi, but they've been that way for a long, long time. And just a bunch of scorers on the floor. They've been shooting it a little better overall as of late, but for them, their last couple games weren't real good shooting. I think there's going to be a pretty good bounce back here offensively for the Clips, as is for the Washington Wizards, who didn't play well offensively their last time out. Don't trust either defense here. I thought the number, there was just value. I thought it would come about 222. It didn't. It came very low, got bet up to 219.5. Let's play it that way tonight. Clippers, Washington over 219.5.
Like it. Clips, Washington, and Tony Finn. 60 seconds on the clock, man. Sprinkle some dust for us. Where you going here?
I know Ski knew that when I heard him say that I'm going to go this way because I'm certain somebody's going to go against me. I'd already put it up on the Slack. I knew he saw this when he said this. He said, "I'm on the Nuggets." Listen, the Nuggets just played and beat this Pistons team they didn't cover. 117-111 final. And in truth, hey, I think had the Pistons not had 22 turnovers, they may have won that game. But there was a lot of things that went right for the Pistons in that game, and they won't go right. Again, they never go right for the Pistons 2 games in a row, or every other or every third game for the Nuggets. If that matter, listen, the Nuggets, 120 points, 120.8 points per 100 possessions over the last 4 games. However, Detroit, Pistons minus a small number. Overreaction to that game. They should be laying 9 here. Pistons. Nuggets minus 7 over the Pistons. Best bet.
Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. We got a chalk alert. Chalk alert. There it is. Oh, boy.
Is that chocolate? Is that a chocolate alert or chocolate?
Wow, that's about it. That is chalky as ass is what that is. Wow. All right, going with Denver, the biggest favorite on the board. All right, good stuff there, guys. Let's check it out here one more time. Let's recap what we've got with Ski. Wow, he ain't going chalk. He's give me them Pistons 7.5 taking on Detroit. His best bet though is Mavs Warriors under 210.5. Rob Vino, Mr. Double Down. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Rockets +5 here tonight. His best bet though, he's going to look over the total with the Wizards and Clips. And Tony Finn taking the Sacramento Kings on the road to Boston, taking the 8.5. And his chalk alert play of the day, the Denver Nuggets laying 7.5. The contrarian play is the Rockets +5. And guys, great opportunity to head over to WagerTalk.com. If you didn't check out the promo to start this show, get a load of what's going on. This is not going to be around forever, but what an opportunity that you can hop on board any one of these guys, whether it be Ski, Rob, Tony, Finn, whoever your favorite handicapper at WagerTalk.com. You can get a from Super Bowl to Super Bowl. That's right, Super Bowl's in about 3 weeks. From February of this year through February of next year. Every all-access play, all the plays of your favorite handicapper, 1 year, $800 off right now. In fact, if you hop over there now, you get an extra 3 weeks because the Super Bowl ain't until 3 weeks. So you get the rest of right up leading up to the Super Bowl, every one of their plays, all access, right through next Super Bowl, guys. Take advantage of this opportunity while it lasts over at WagerTalk.com. More than a year's worth of plays. That's a great deal right now there, guys, including all their 5% best bets and Tony Finn sprinkles. That's it. You got a little sprinkle rolling it there, guys. All right, it's going to be a great night, guys, whether it be NBA, college hoops right now. Head over to WagerTalk.com and make sure you hit that bell in the upper right-hand corner. Come back and join us again tomorrow. Lot going on. We got you covered here in the association. On behalf of Ski, Rob, and Tony, guys, best of luck with your plays tonight, guys. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Good luck.
Hey,
Tuesdays
Joe,
is
you
known as
go buy
$2
Ski. I'll
Tuesdays
buy
at
Rob.
WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, where you can get the hottest handicappers, best bet, or daily package for only $2.